Thoughts on E3, since you usually aren't the kind of person that's invested in E3. Apparently for you, this is your first time actually getting fully in.
Oh, somewhat fully in. Yeah.
Somewhat, yeah. So this, I mean, because I'm the kind of person who was always watched every single year, even if I don't care about most of the games, I still watch it every time. But you're usually the kind of person that's in the sidelines, and I'm like, well, I guess I have to find other people to talk about this.
Well, because I also typically really early in the morning on weekends. So yeah,
No, not
I guess.
really. Yeah. So
Well,
it's usually in the
well.
summer, and it's
Mhm.
it's always pretty chill.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, obviously, I know a friend who actually goes to E3. Apparently, paid four digits to get in, right?
Well, yeah. I don't have that kind of money to
To go
blow
to
on that.
ticket. Yeah, apparently that's
You
really
know.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to feed my Pokemon addiction, so
Well,
that's where that money's going.
we have to make this the Ed Turtle entertainment channel at that point, so you can get
Exactly.
media press pass. All right. So from what you saw, I mean, it's a different E3 this year. So what'd you think?
Um, it was kind of disappointing, honestly. There there weren't as many game announcements as I expected, or any big game announcements. But honestly, I think that's mostly due to everything that happened last year with COVID and just people working from home. A lot of games that were on development probably were put on hold, and stuff that was being completed or close to completed probably was the stuff that's getting announced or pushed for this year in the coming year. So honestly, I'm disappointed on that account, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
you're actually being pretty nice. I mean, I was looking at this thing going like, oh God.
yeah. Oh no, but I'm saying game wise. Game wise, it was disappointing,
Uh-huh.
but understandable. When it came to some of the other stuff, it uh, sort of like the I don't want to say social justice stuff because it's not really social justice stuff. It's just things that are happening within the industry. They say it out loud, like us as a consumer, we have much of the say in it, which we do, because money talks. But at the same time, they didn't really make their point relevant for us. And a lot of them just didn't provide any sort of solutions
So to be clear, you're talking
to the
about the Play
issues.
for All initiative.
Yes, the play for all. No, there were some other ones.
Well, yeah, but it was all
Yeah.
encompassing. The whole thing was Play for All, and it included a lot of different panels and
Yeah.
discussions. Yeah, and I think that, I mean, it was just, I think it was definitely for me. It was just like you're bludgeoning it over the head of like we need diversity, we need women. I mean, most of Verizon's announcement. I mean, the most exciting announcement was in fact the women's scholarship.
Yeah, and which is great. Honestly, you do, more than 50% of women game. That's the big demographic that you're trying to push. And a lot of them want to go and get into development or maybe some other aspect of gaming. And that's fine. That's perfect. And they actually produced a solution for the problem. And I honestly, that Verizon did it correct, which is weird to say that a big corporation that doesn't really go into gaming is really pushing,
I mean, do
is
you
on the
think
forefront of
Verizon do
pushing
you
this.
think Verizon should have had a place in E3? This is the first time they've showed up. Usually it's just
Well,
gaming companies.
it was surprising, but their presentation really made it seem like, yeah, they're definitely going into the 5G arena, and they're really promoting it through gaming. Uh, Again, mostly mobile gaming. So that's it's a love and hate thing with mobile gaming, but they're going into it. They're promoting themselves. They're saying that they're here to help the casual gamer, and hopefully in the future, more hardcore gamers.
Yeah, I mean, I think that yeah, they're trying to promote that mobile gaming is more for hardcore gamers too. I think they had like an esports league where they're all playing on their mobiles. Um, and then they
Mm-hmm.
had the Game Center announcement. Yeah, so that was Verizon's first thing, and then Intellivision came in.
Yep.
So that was one that I was looking forward to. I've been following the Intellivision Amico for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, again, I liked the trailer, but again, I feel like it just needed the actual slowing down and like showing us the gameplay. It
Mm-hmm.
needed some demos. And
Yeah.
definitely the killer app. Like, are you excited for Earthworm Jim exclusive?
I actually am. It's nice to have an exclusive that isn't on one of the big publishers. And yeah, but I, like you had said, I wish they had shown more gameplay of Earthworm Jim as it was their big game, their big title
Yeah.
on the system.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of exclusives, but I think that a lot of the exclusives are stuff like, I mean, I know they've bought out Care Bear franchise,
Hmm.
Sesame Street exclusive rights, and Evel Knievel rights, and
Hmm.
Mattel. I think they're joining up with
Yes.
they also joined up with a board game publisher, so they have Ink and Gold, and they have Telestrations. They have a lot of like party games and board games.
Yeah.
Like they have a lot of exclusive franchises lined up, and I think a lot of it is because if you saw it, like the they did a good job, I think, at showing how experienced those developers are and the fact that they are veterans. Like they aren't just
Yeah.
brand new people that are like, I'm just gonna make a video game console. Like they're
Yeah.
veterans that are like thought this through and they actually have their market. But I
Mhm.
just feel like they still need to just really show us like what are the killer titles on this thing. Because for me,
Yeah.
I mean, if I were to think like, okay, what am I gonna play on the thing on the Miko? Like right now, I mean, I know Breakout looks fun, and a lot of like the war games look fun. Oh, and they also bought out. I think they have a MLB baseball, but
Yeah. One of the baseball games. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Um, but I mean, I don't think I think that version is going to be an exclusive, but I think that in
Mhm.
general, there's still going to be MLB games for other consoles.
Yeah.
They didn't
And
completely buy it out. Yeah.
yeah, hopefully it's better than the RBI series for the Switch. I really was very disappointed with the RBI series. But yeah, with the Intellivision, again, I'm also interested in getting one, hopefully in the
Hmm.
future. But what I really liked about the Intellivision is that they found their place. They stated that their place is for more casual, family friendly, and
Hmm.
family oriented games. So you're not really going to see a lot of first person games unless you're playing against bots. But they're going to do their best to just have something that the family can sit around Friday, Saturday nights, maybe Sunday nights on
Yeah, I think
the
if you're
long
playing a
weekend.
television by yourself, I mean, dang. Again,
Yeah,
probably would be Earthworm Jim, right? Like, that would probably
yeah,
be like the ones you would play. But I think most of
exactly.
those games, I don't think you should even
Yeah.
try, yeah, playing by yourself. Uh,
Exactly. But yeah, and the way they announced it, that they said that they went into their niche. That's the best part. That
mhm.
they said this is a family oriented game system. This is for you to play with grandma, with grandpa, play with your little brothers, play with mom and dad. And it's a great way
Yeah.
to you know
Like,
int-
are your parents like into gaming?
unless it's Pac-Man on the arcade machine, no.
Yeah, because my
So.
parents are they're very into gaming, but again, it has to be extremely simple. Like my
Mhm.
mom is the kind of person who will like tug at me like, okay, what Mario Party,
Yeah.
but she won't, and she'll say like, and I have Mario Party and Party Planet for the Switch.
Hmm.
Those are the two games I play. I when I had the Wii U, I would play, Super Monkey Ball. We would play Sonic Mario versus in the Olympic Games. We would play some of the WarioWare micro
Hmm.
games, but so it's perfect for our family, and especially since the games are also.
Yeah.
I think I like the fact that the price point is so low. Like each game is supposed to be only $10, and
Yeah.
I think
And which
if
is
you pre-order
fantastic.
it comes with a $20 gift card, right? So you could that's already technically like two games, right? Plus the
Yeah.
5 pack in. So
Yeah.
you could if you're just gonna use it for party night, you could just use the 5 pack in games plus buy some two more games. Uh,
Exactly.
yeah. So I mean, for
If
me,
anything,
I would just
I
play it with
imagine
my family.
the Earthworm Jim is probably going to be the most expensive one, honestly,
Yeah,
because
they're
it's more of a
maximum.
third. Yeah, it's a triple A. It's a triple A game, I
Yeah.
would say,
Well, they
basically.
promised it was gonna be maximum $10, so
Hmm.
it can't go more than that from what they promised.
Yeah.
And then the
Well,
physical
mhm.
copies are gonna be 20. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's even better.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, no, I'm hoping that this is because also for me, I'm using board games to introduce my parents into game nights,
Mm-hmm.
and they're loving it. So I'm hoping that maybe I can convince them to play this one. Play card games. Stuff they might know how to play,
Mm-hmm.
because it also has a lot of card games that that older generations know how to play that maybe the newer generations don't. And it's a great way for them to kind of introduce not only us introduce them to video gaming, but them introducing to their old card games.
Yeah, yeah, I like the idea, like having the card games then because it has its own screen, so that opens up some opportunities. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, and so then, what did you think of the conference, the what was it, the digital equity or whatever, the equity
Um,
conference? Yeah,
that
and
one
the
was
indie showcase. Yeah.
that one was atrocious, honestly. All problems, no solutions. They they continued pushing the idea that a lot of the issues should be resolved by corporations,
Hmm.
and even some of them said that they've already made coalitions. They have programs for certain LGBTQ, Black developers, other minority developers, women. But instead of saying the names or stating, the resources or the links, um, you know, they
Yeah.
they just continued complaining about it.
Yeah,
And
one of them had like a banner that kept floating, like "We have a scholarship for Black or
uh,
minority," and it kept flashing like over and over again.
yeah,
It was like a
and
USC thing, but he never actually mentioned or talked about it.
yeah, no, and unless we missed it, because again,
And then there was
again, it
the
was
girls,
it was very unengaging.
the girls who code one, like the girls coding
Hmm.
camp, like
Yeah.
she had the label right here on the bottom, like of her
Hmm.
Zoom call, and then she had the link to it, so you had to go on it and see like, oh wow, it's like a free
Yeah.
virtual code camp for girls, but you
Yeah.
had to do the research yourself. Like she wasn't showing
Yeah.
you, demoing you any of these resources.
Yeah. Again, the way that against conference calls. So it's conference calls in general are just boring, especially having to
I
watch
mean,
them.
did conference calls belong in E3?
No, they don't. No, it's like
Because there's
why?
so we went from live demos in a conference, in a conference room, even the infamous
Yeah,
booth babes and all that, and like
exactly.
tangible photo ops. Apparently, they showed us that they said that you can get your own tattoo, right?
Yeah.
Killer
So
Instinct.
yeah,
We went from that
yeah.
to you get to see a Zoom call for.
No, that's no. They went about it wrong. The again the purpose of it is perfectly fine. It's important, but the way they went about it was not good at all. It was F tier to say the least. If we were making this into a tier list, honestly, I would probably just give them an allotted amount of time, state what they have, the resources, who they're helping the most, if they have a subsidiaries or other coalitions they work with to
Mhm.
help other groups. I know sometimes maybe some women programs, provide resources for LGBT families, minority groups. So stuff like that. But instead, they just brought up the issues that a lot of us know have existed before, since basically A3 started. And again, they provided the solutions on screen, but they themselves did not say it out loud, which is
Not that,
again,
yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
so you just fall asleep like most of the time. I just
exactly,
had
or
it
just
playing
walk
in the
away.
background. Yeah.
Yeah, for me,
Yeah.
I was just like walking around
I think
afterwards.
the comments were jacked up too. They were like they kind of almost made it seem like the comments were making it worse. It's like, well, now I want
Yeah, no, and
there was no
that's the thing.
moderation in the chat or anything.
Yeah,
They were just trolling.
yeah, and that's the thing with gamers as well. It's important to they a lot of them know that this is important, but the thing is, it's the anonymity of the internet. So again, that literally gives them a free pass to be as toxic as they want to be, especially with no moderation. Come on,
Yeah, there was
you
no
probably
moderation. I think most people were just spamming.
yeah, and it gives an unrealistic sense of what a lot of gamers actually are. Out of the internet. You
Mhm.
know, I know myself that I also have that tinge of trying to, be a little bit more sarcastic or more toxic when online. Hiding behind a profile instead of when I'm face to face in a actual conference with people.
Yeah. No, yeah, yeah, that's true. Even me, it's so fun to troll.
Exactly. That's it's good to be bad.
Wait,
I
what?
know, I know I'm bad,
All right.
but it makes me less bad.
So then, what did you think about the indie showcase that showed no new indie games?
Um,
That ended up being like a
so
same similar conference call where I was waiting for the indie showcase to begin, and then we realized
yeah,
that that is the indie showcase.
so it took a while to actually go up because once I actually, because I was actually at the bank when it started, and you were texting
Uh-huh.
me that, hey, there's just a woman talking the whole time. I actually caught the end of it, and yeah, there were a lot of people happy about the games being promoted.
Hmm.
But the fact that it took that long to just get to the sector of games, it kind of,
Oh no, those weren't
yeah.
actually the games in the indie showcase. That was actually the next section.
Oh, okay, then I completely missed it in general, so I have no say in it.
All right. And then yeah, so then the next day, and then Razer and Capcom, I imagine you didn't really see those, right?
No, I was still at the bank. Yeah,
Yeah. But with Razer, I mean, I think we just caught a little bit. We caught the little bit of that gaming mask, and it's like, well,
hmm
dang, like that's all.
yeah,
It's all late.
yeah. Now and well, at least they have a market. I would probably still buy one to be honest. Because
Yeah.
I take the bus a lot, so just put it over when I'm at the bus and just
Why do you need one with voice amplification and lights?
because sometimes I have to tell the old lady in front of me to move out of the way after tapping her on the shoulder 3 times and she won't move. So
It's like, oh no, my voice doesn't know who go to the mask. No, you're like, no.
it's like, muévase, ándale, por favor, muévase,
Like,
necesito que se mueva. Mueva la bolsa, mueva la bolsa.
yeah, no, yeah, I mean, it was really interesting. I think, I
Yeah,
mean, also if you take off the lights, I mean, it's actually useful in healthcare settings because it seems
yeah,
like it's more environmentally friendly because you have to, it's reusable, right? And even though it
hmm
still offers N95 protection, but it's
yeah,
reusable, and yeah, that would be really useful.
yeah. And for me, since I'm still working in a school setting, that's still, I'm still going to be using a mask, so
Yeah.
that's the thing. So it still has its practicalities and it's still pretty good. Just a little late, but hey,
Yeah.
design
Like,
or
how
anything
much would you
sells
be willing to pay for a smart mask from Razer? Because remember, Razer products are usually pretty expensive.
for a mat.
So I think that's where it's gonna run
100,
into a wall.
100
Yeah, because I
probably.
remember even before this pandemic was going on, I remember I was really into that idea of like training with like those altitude masks where you
Yeah,
could like deprive you of oxygen in order to practice with reduced oxygen and then later just move your oxygen back up.
yeah,
But then I looked at the price, I was like $70 for an no altitude mask
yeah,
that I don't know whether I'd like. I don't know, it's like a huge
yeah,
gamble. And that was, that had nothing to do with the pandemic, but so
mhm,
I think that's just where it's going to be the issue. It's the same thing with the Intellivision,
yeah,
right? It's the Intellivision's 250. I think that's what's going to be like a huge thing.
yeah,
That's going to prevent it from being successful.
yeah. No,
That's where it's the uphill climb.
yeah, and then well, for the Intellivision, the $10 price on online games and 20 for physical, that kind of offsets it.
Hmm.
Compared to 60, 70 nowadays. But with the mask, the other issue you have to think about is the filters.
Hmm.
So that adds on top of the cost because I'm pretty sure that you're going to have to get them from Razer to begin with until someone gets smart and they actually link up an Amazon link
Yeah, I mean
that fits.
they'll probably just be regular, but I don't know. Yeah, that's good questions. Yeah, and we
Yeah.
didn't really get to see the whole conference, but it's just
Mhm.
something to think about. And I know they announced that new laptop, that new Razer laptop that's
Yeah.
thinner.
Yeah. So I'm wondering how that's going to work. Thin it doesn't always mean more
Yeah, I mean,
processing power.
they gave away a copy to each one of the GameStop people. So then the next day, when it was Nintendo's turn,
Yeah.
they were showing off their new Razer laptops.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Now, well, do you see? That's what I should have gone into that industry instead.
yeah.
Free stuff.
All right, and so then the second day, then we only had two presentations. Oh, actually no, then we in the middle actually we had limited run games, right?
Ah,
So they
yes.
had their own showcase on Twitch channel. So I was actually that's one of my favorite conferences. So
Mhm.
I'll talk a little bit about it. Yeah, for me, I mean there was two games that I really thought were really cool that I think I know I'm gonna get or hopefully I mean it's limited run, right? So
Yeah.
sometimes I miss it, but one of them is Going Under.
hmm
That's the one on the internship. internship simulator. I think
Yeah.
that's so funny. The idea of you
Yeah.
like doing a dungeon crawler, but it's an office environment, and like you can use anything as a weapon, so you could just start like
Mhm.
smacking people with a stapler or something. I don't know. I think that's really funny.
Exactly.
I've
If
played
anything,
I've
it's
played some dungeon crawlers like A Binding of Isaac, which I also have
oh
physical
yeah.
copy. I have one of the rare ones.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I'm totally gonna try to get that one. I have quite a few limited run games already. I know
Hmm.
I have uh, um the one I know I have is Thomas. Oh yeah, Thomas Not Alone. Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then I have obviously Hawaii Shakedown Hawaii. Yeah, Shakedown Hawaii.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
I have a few too, but right now there's currently at my aunt's house since we
mhm.
moved, so I have to go get it. But I think I have one or two limited run games as well.
Yeah, the one
Actually, three, because I think we bought one at the whatchamacallit, what was it? The Retro Gaming Expo.
The one I'm really want to get, and I think that's like if once the retro gaming expos open again, I'm gonna be on the hunt for Space Channel 5. I
Oh
miss,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Space Channel 5 is probably the one that I'm looking for. No one in the comments actually tried to sell it to me. I know you're probably gonna charge more than like 150.
yeah. Especially
I'll risk
since
it
it's the
in
whole thing too.
I'll risk it in the expo thing, but yeah,
Yeah, I
that's the
think
next.
you'll find it.
That's the next one I'm looking for. Oh, and ukulele too. Yeah, so I'm looking for
Oh
ukulele and Space Channel 5. Those
yeah.
are the ones. And yeah, so Going Under is one, and then the other one is Haven, the one about that space couple.
Oh yeah,
The couple that gets lost that's just them two in space. And then
yeah.
they
Oh,
have
I love the comments on that one. You know, the live chat. It was basically sex,
yeah,
sex.
they
Ah,
have chemistry for sure. They have a lot of chemistry. They were starting to get
yes,
all over each other. I mean, they're like the only two on that planet. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely interesting.
Yeah. So what did you think of limited run games? Their presentation.
They had a very good presentation, although officially they weren't part of E3. It They probably had the best presentation up to that point. You know, it was goofy, you know, it was awkward, but it was awkward in a very nice way. Uh, the presentations were good. You know, the games they actually uh, premiered some games that are coming out. Yeah, overall, very it was great, and there was actually an '80s game that in there that I forgot the name of, but I'm hoping I can go back to their VOD
Uh-huh.
and check it out. But
Yeah, well, we could put it in.
you know, I'm really into the '80s aesthetic, and that game really caught my attention. So
Yeah,
that's
and
probably the
then
game I'm looking forward to.
that's true. Yeah, I know. I mean, obviously the huge hype was Castlevania, Rondo of
Oh
Blood.
yes,
Yeah, that one. I mean, it's Turbo Graphics Edition and PS4. There's one about a like a 3DO game that I think
and
is
I'm
getting
getting both.
remastered. That's like looks so badly made. It's like, oh my God, it's one of those.
That's the aesthetic, though. Come on,
The
that's the aesthetic.
something about like something doesn't wear ties, right? I think that yeah.
Yeah,
We'll put it again. We'll put the name.
yeah.
Yeah, and then there's Skatebird coming out, which was like, oh my
I remember that one. I was just looking at like,
oh no!
oh wait, I haven't taken an edible today. I can't be cooking
Oh
this badly.
wait, what?
No, but no, yeah, it was a really funny game. Uh, I might pick it up honestly,
Wait, what? No,
just for
Skatebird.
the memes, just for the memes. You know,
I have feel
the
that one's not going to be the
the
one that's going
second
to sell out so easily.
the second greatest skateboarding game behind Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. All right, and I'm saying two because one is below Skateboard, right?
Yeah, no, and then that's also coming out. So that was an announcement too. But that was
Oh
an
yeah.
announcement for the Switch. So
Did like the way limited run games did theirs. I hope smaller independent companies do that,
mhm.
where during downtime, you know, because you know we get the list of what's going to be coming up, where independent companies come in and you know do online E3s, you know, fill in those hour and a half slots, and
Yeah.
really promote themselves.
Yeah, there was a
So
few
that's what I
that
love.
were announced. Like I don't again, Freedom Games, which was what I thought was the indie showcase. Turns out that was their own company. And
Yeah.
then I know the Mythical Games announced Blankos, that blockchain
Oh,
game. But then I know
okay.
like the GameStop people just trashed them. To
Yeah.
me, I had the same concern too. I'm like, really, do I want to really spend money on like an NFT that's I own, but
Uh,
what if your server goes down? Like, and then it said
yeah.
you could transfer it to another game, but it's like, what's the
Why?
infrastructure for that? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then some people were like, I could always just go to the limited run games panel and get a real life NFT. Did you know physical copies are like this real life NFT where you get this
Yeah.
thing and you own it and you can like
Forever, and it
resell
gains
it
value.
and you like
Yeah.
resell it? Yeah, I know. It's like crazy idea. Yeah. So I'm still trying to stick with limited run games and try to get more of those. There's
Yeah.
quite a few that I've missed that are really good.
Yeah. Same. And I'm hoping they do some kind of like rerun eventually. With games. I know it's kind of hard to do it, but
Hmm.
reruns of games would be also a
Yeah,
fantastic way, especially during the
they're doing a
holidays.
better job at not having it be so limited. I know
Yeah.
before it was really bad. Like again, one of
Yeah, like
my games.
3,000, I think.
Yeah, and now it's just as long as you order within the time period, you're guaranteed to
Hmm.
get it. But you just you
Yeah.
can't miss that window of time. So it's like if
Yeah.
paycheck.
Yeah. I think with one of the first games, I think it was I want to say it was a gel simulator one.
Hmm.
That one was probably the first one that really did a time period exclusivity
Hmm.
instead of like a set number.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right.
But yeah, let's go on to Nintendo now.
Yeah. So Nintendo then came in at 9 o'clock and just
Yeah, and I
uh
missed the first half actually. Uh,
all
I
right, and
was I
then
had
you
fallen
watched it
asleep,
again?
and then I watched it again. I actually did watch it again,
Yeah. So
and let's actually talk. We can actually start from the beginning.
all right, go ahead.
So Metroid Dread.
Hmm.
So the one of the uh, 19 years since the last
Yeah.
Metroid 2D
Yeah.
game,
Yeah.
and wow, it really got my attention. I'm looking forward to Metroid Dread.
Yeah, I haven't really played
Just
Metroid, so I mean,
mhm,
I've played only like the demo or something for the 3DS, the one
yeah,
that came in with your launch title, with your
yeah.
launch like DS or something.
Hmm. Yeah,
But
no, same thing. And I think I played a little bit of Metroid Prime
hmm.
with my cousin,
Hmm.
and yeah, that was fun. Again, a lot of people are disappointed that it's not a 3D Metroid
Yeah, that
Prime,
one's still on its
but
way though, and at least they announced that it's
mhm,
still on its way.
yeah. So at least we got information,
Hmm.
and it seems like Metroid Dread is going to be a good holdover till then. It's actually, and the standalone of itself, it's probably going to be very good. Yeah, because I just like the atmosphere that it sets up. Um, and instead of the classic like bioweapons, the creatures, you have an android following Metro
Oh, yeah.
Samus
Oh my
around.
God, that thing is so creepy though.
Yeah, it's really that's the point, and I love how just from the trailer itself, the aesthetic of the actual android is it gives you that alien, from the alien from Aliens.
Hmm.
It gives you that sense that it's similar to it, but with the upgraded like, hey, this is probably man-made or I guess creature made, and now it's a machine serving that same purpose.
Yeah, I know that thing was so scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what other game?
Let's see. They announced the new character for Super Smash Bros. It's a Tekken
Hmm.
character, I believe.
Yeah.
Again, I haven't played Tekken, so I don't know much about the character, but it was a very entertaining uh, presentation for it, and I'm actually excited because I know a lot of people recently have been saying that, hey, hopefully it's not another sword user.
Yeah.
So hey, we got another fighter now,
Yeah.
another brawler. So,
Yeah,
and
I
it looks
know.
like it has different techniques. So
That's true. Yeah, I know. I haven't gotten the DLC. I almost hope that they come up with like a Smash Bros. Ultimate where you,
yeah,
where you can actually buy it once everything comes out, and then it's just like easier.
yeah. Well, we'll see because
We'll see.
yeah, it's because I have a sense that they might continue doing this like pack per year, like
Hmm.
every year have a different pack, and which wouldn't be bad, but especially if they continue working on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for a future console, kind of like GTA 5, just hold over your process on your progress onto the next system.
Mhm.
So that would be a good way to go about it. But hopefully they don't go as far as GTA 5, where it's now gone over three gaming systems: the
Oh,
PS3, PS4, and now PS5
oh, so
announcement.
GTA 5 is out for the PS5.
Yes, yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
All
I
right.
know, right?
That's great. Great. All right. Yeah. So, I mean, for me, right, like the games that I'm interested in for sure are the new Mario Party. Again, my family, we're big Mario Party fans. That's
Yeah.
literally. Yeah, my mom just told me last week. She's just like, I miss Mario Party because I accidentally watched my Mario Party in the laundry. It was really sad. So,
Oh,
yeah. So I have to
yeah.
either buy a new copy of Super Mario Party or I have to,
Mhm.
get this other one. So probably
Yeah.
gonna get the new one.
Hmm.
WarioWare, the new one. I'm like,
Oh yeah. WarioWare has its dedicated fans, and they will come out in force and buy that game. And
but do
they're
you
really
like
good.
WarioWare though?
I enjoyed it. I do enjoy WarioWare. I'm not as big
Mhm.
of a fan as some other people,
Oh yeah,
but I
I've like
see yeah, I see the appeal for it, and it has a very Japanese sense of humor from what I've
yeah,
noticed.
I've played the Nintendo version like twice. I don't know. That was one of my favorite games on the Nintendo DS. And it's
Yeah,
supposed to be one of those like it teaches you how to use the DS, like, but it was so fun. And it
yeah,
comes with a bunch of toys and stuff too. And I mean the
yeah,
thing with the Switch, right? And this is something that I know like annoys you so much, but it's so fun for me. It's like you can make any game on the Switch co-op by just giving half of the controller to like to one
yeah.
person and then half of the controller I move and it's like boom, automatic co-op game. There you go. Even though if it says
It's
one player on the box, just separate the controllers out and boom, it's co-op.
it's the poor man's one player.
It's
That's
co
what it is. It's
it's
the
co-op.
poor man's.
It's co-op.
Ooh, co-op.
But the thing is,
The co.
WarioWare actually embraces that because it makes you do the co-op like together. It even says like stick it. I think that's the name of it, right? And again, we'll show you. It's
Hmm.
stick it together or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
um, yeah. So I know that's fun. I thought that the idea was fun. And then the Super Monkey Ball,
Hmm.
the 30th anniversary, no, 20th anniversary. Yeah, it's already been 20 years.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I love Super Monkey Ball as well.
Hmm.
I've been playing the Wii one again with the 50 mini games. That was probably just like a holdover. Like I probably put in like
Yeah.
100 hours probably
And
with
you
my
will probably play
family.
another 100. You'll probably play it another 100 hours if given the opportunity.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I was pretty disappointed with the remake for the Switch because it only had 10 out of the 50 mini games. So I
Hmm.
didn't buy it. But this one, I mean, this one seems to have all the devils and it has like 100 mini games. I'm like,
Yeah. For
it's great.
me, I'm only disappointed that they didn't have a Call of Duty, announcement
Hmm.
for the Switch. That way you can actually destroy some of those 7-year-olds that are very active, actually, apparently. So, but that's just a minor thing.
Yeah. And then Breath of the Wild 2. Oh my God.
Breath of the
Yeah,
Wild too.
I really
Yeah,
enjoyed Breath of the Wild 2. Breath of the Wild 1, it was really fun. I put in
yeah,
also a lot of hours into that game. And
yeah,
sometimes doing absolutely nothing. I think I would
yeah.
sometimes play and just have nothing accomplished, but it was still fun.
Just right around.
Just do that, just ride around with the paraglider. And it seems like now they're even more focused on the aerial parts, which I think was so cool. Like,
Yeah,
did you see when he just like crept up from the like from the
yeah,
stone? Like,
yeah.
like I'm jelly now, and I'm like here.
And I thought it was teleportation or just like phasing through stuff, but no, it's jelly, and that's
I
there's
don't
going to be
know.
some new
No, I don't know
powers.
either. I don't know. It just seemed really cool, like that mechanic. Just being
Yeah,
able to be in the sky more. Imagine trying to go from one glider to another, because that's what I would do. I would just climb huge mountains and just glide. That's all. I would be
yeah,
like, how far can I go? And then just. That's so cool.
yeah. No. Yeah, for me, I gotta replay Breath of the Wild, the first Breath of the Wild.
Hmm.
I really didn't finish anything. I was just like riding around doing the side missions,
Hmm.
and based on Majora's Mask, you know that I love side missions. So once I got sidetracked with that, I didn't even make it to the first area I was supposed to be at.
Oh yeah, well it's gonna be a lot. I mean, they're still working on Breath of the Wild too, and they've been working on it for like 2+ years now. So it's gonna have a lot
Yeah,
of content when it comes out.
yeah. Well, at least we know it's coming out. Unlike when Breath of the Wild first released, we had no idea when it was going to come out until it got announced with the Switch. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
All right. Is there any other games that you're interested in?
That's
There's
four.
a Game and Watch coming out. I don't know if you're interested
Yeah,
in that.
I actually do want to get the Game on Watch. I just love Legend of Zelda in general, so I'll probably get that.
I think you
Pick it
said you
up if I
wanted to
can.
collect all of the games. I think I remember you once you told me that this was like I don't know, maybe you told me like 8 years ago or something, but you were like, I want to get every single game because I always poked
Yeah,
fun of you. I poked fun of you because you didn't have Link's crossbow training, and I was
I
like,
didn't, and
I
I
was
now
like, you don't,
I see it. I actually see it right now. It's one
I
of the
was
few
like,
games that I packed in.
I was like, you don't need that, and then you were like, okay, well now you told me, now I have to get it,
Yeah,
and I
no,
think you were looking at
yeah.
like
Come on.
multiple Game Stops just to try to find Link's crossbow
Yeah,
training.
and we found it. I still haven't found the box though.
No,
Still
yeah,
haven't
it
found
didn't come with the box because
it.
I think there's only a very because it comes with a pack in with that
Yeah.
thing. So I think there is one physical version with the box, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
And
yes. And
yeah,
then actually, I
um,
have to. Hopefully, I can get
and
my
then
box
so
soon
the Game and
because yeah,
Watch does have an exclusive version of. Do you remember the name of the little dude with the game? They told the name right here.
yeah.
But yeah, that game is actually exclusive to the Game and Watch. Yeah, so it's
There you
it's
go.
you saw it, right? It's like the head is Link instead of the
Yeah.
the Game and Watch dude.
Well, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna download the source code. And save it, preserve it, just in case.
That's not how this works.
Let's go.
That's
Let's
not how this
go.
works. You're not gonna do that.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Any other games that you were interested in?
Let's see.
Tony Hawk. Again, Take Two University. Take the point. No, yeah. 2 Point University. Remember the
Well,
university simulator where you
yeah.
could make your own college and
Well, actually, yeah, the Tony Hawk one. Yeah,
Life is
probably.
Strange, Life is Strange Remastered, Life is Strange
Yeah.
Colors.
Well, I already
You
have
know,
Life is Strange.
yeah. And you
But no,
told me
probably
about them.
Tony Hawk's. Yeah, Tony Hawk Pro Skater probably. Yeah, I'll probably pick
Yeah,
that one
and
up.
then there was
I was
obviously
gonna get it for
like
the PS4, but I got sidetracked. So
there was one about like some really like weird looking like demon looking cat or something. There's a Town Rampa,
mhm.
Shinigami Tensei. Yeah, there's quite a few.
Yeah, no, probably just Tony Hawk one. Honestly, at this point,
Hmm.
um, haven't had much time to play games, and just got to catch up on the ones I do have actually. So
Link's Crossbow.
yeah, there you
Gotta
go.
fire up
Boom.
that old
Come on.
Switch or which Wii U. Oh, that old
Wii.
Wii.
Yeah, the Wii.
Wii U.
No, the Wii.
No, well, it's
No, Wii.
compatible. Compatible with the
Yes,
Wii
but
U.
you got to play on the original system. Come on, girl.
Do you still have a Wii? Do you have a Wii
Actually, I
connected?
think not connected, but I do still have a Wii.
Wow.
I packed it away. Actually, it's at my aunt's house. So
I,
yeah, that's my dad. Picked
all
that up.
right. So, final question
Yeah.
before we leave off here. Who won E3?
Nintendo. Yeah, honestly, it's the first time they've won in a while. People are saying Xbox. I didn't see the Xbox one. I'm gonna have to double check, and I'll probably write down in the comments of the video what I thought about the Xbox one, because apparently only Xbox and Nintendo really did anything or
All right.
announced anything of value.
And are you
But so
gonna
Nintendo.
if somehow this conference, especially with all of the the woke stuff, if it didn't kill
Hmm.
it for reals and it's actually
Yeah,
still there is an E3 2022, are you gonna continue the tradition and are you gonna be watching E3 from now on?
I probably will start
Convert
watching
you to
E3.
do E3. Because I
Well,
imagine you're never gonna be like me. You're never gonna watch like all the Apple conferences. Because I mean, like that, I do that all over year too.
yeah, that's a bit much for me.
I do every time.
Like I'll buy the products. I
I even
won't.
I even watch CES. I watch all of CES too every year.
You see, you're a lot more technologically savvy when it comes to
Not
that.
it's just
But
interest.
well, yeah, for me, it's more of using the technology instead of hearing about the specs and everything.
Hmm.
I'll take the word of the people when it comes to that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'll probably keep watching E3 2022. I think it's going to be better because now developers are going to be back at work. I think it's one of the few things that are actually better when you're in an office because you get to talk with people, communicate the work
Hmm.
a lot faster than being at home. Um, so
Yes.
I'm hoping that more games are coming out next year. As we saw, a lot of them are coming out already in 2021 and
Hmm.
early 2022. But I think 2022 is going to hold more towards summer and the holiday season of that year.
Are you gonna get any consoles this year?
Probably the Amico one. just got to get my next paycheck, and I have to just kind of balance out everything. But
Yeah. So in terms of all the consoles that are out right now, you know, we have a new system. We have like PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Switch Lite, and Amico. So yeah, you're planning. Is there going to be any console purchases happening in 2021?
So the Amico for sure. I'm hoping to get my hands on a PS5. Again, most of the time it's being sold in a bundle, and even those are selling out. So, so I'm hoping to pick up a PS5. But again, right now there's not many games for it, so it's not really an urgent purchase, except for like sports games. But even that,
there were only like a few kawaii stuff, you know.
Yeah, there's really nothing this year.
Yeah, I mean, Ratchet and Clank obviously is a really good one for the PS5, and I think there was actually. I think a lot of the limited run games were PS5, and then it said in small letters PS4. So
yeah,
right. So there might be PS4 copies too.
Yeah. So again, I'm just gonna hold on with my PS4 right now because again, there's very few exclusives, and even the exclusives that do come out, you could just buy the game, and then later when the PS5 actually becomes available for the common man, it stops getting scalped. That's when I'll be able to play them. But right now I'm happy with my PS4. I'm really not gaming a lot. Just doing Pokemon Go, honestly. And
and I'm probably not. Yeah, I'm not gonna get PS5 either. What I do want to do is I want to do my VR setup again. So I just want to get everything back and plugged in, because again, especially Space Channel 5. Actually, no, I changed my mind. Hit me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's but imagine they just like give me some digital download code. I'm like, I could have gotten that for $20 on the PS.
Yeah, I want the physical copy. It's all about physical copies. Come on.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, hopefully, right? The Retro Gaming Expo. I think the last one we went to was in Pasadena. So, yeah. And then there's another one that was in
City of Industry, I believe.
City of Industry, yeah, over with Frankincense. So we'll see if they come back. Yeah. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Hope you're interested in some of these games, or you do your own research in them. Again, the list, real quick. The ones I'm interested in is Going Under, Haven, WarioWare, Mario Party, Super Monkey Ball, and 2 Point University. And you said your interested was
Breath of the Wild, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. What else did I say?
You said the Game and Watch.
The Game and Watch one, yeah. But that's more of a handheld one, and it's more of a novelty game.
Have you played it?
Yeah, no, not really. That's what I'm saying.
How do you know it's a novelty, man? I'm pretty sure kids probably spend like 3 hours.
How do you know it's not a novelty game?
Exactly.
Right? So you see,
it's not like you can stream it. It's like, oh yeah, let me show you this little liquid LCD screen. Try to stream it or something.
Yeah, actually, that would be pretty cool.
No, I don't think.
Yes, let's go. Let's go.
No, okay, no, all right.
No, okay. You'd be surprised what kids like. You would be surprised what kids like.
Any other game before you're threatening a stream of a Game and Watch.
I am the '80s theme one from Limited Run Games. Also that one. I'm interested in that. And yeah, honestly, that's about it.
I think you said Metroid, maybe. I said Metroid.
Yeah, Metroid Dread. There we go.
Yeah.
Basically Nintendo games, and one limited run game.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. And again, if you have any other questions of what we thought, then just let us know. All right.
Yeah, let us know in the comment section.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.